What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Packwood Performance 4x4. As you can see, we've got the Infiniti up on the ramps. We have a new drive shaft. Now, my girlfriend, she said that there was some sort of vibration in the front end, and so when I took it for a drive, there is a slight vibration in the front end. More vibration sound than actual vibration, it seems like. I've changed a few U-joints in my past, and it was always because it was a really tall truck and it just finally gave out because of the angle. This one being super straight, I can't believe the U-joint would go out, but we're going to see if that's what it is. That's the only thing I can think it would be. I've checked everything else. So first off, we're going to get some of this plastic stuff out of the way so we can see just a little bit better of what we're doing. Alright, so right here you have 10mm bolts. I'm just going to remove, there's none here obviously, but there would be. But I'm going to remove these two so that way I can remove this piece. And this piece has two plastic clips right here. Alright, we also got two 10mm bolts here and here. That out of the way. Alright, with that gone, we can see the drive shaft right here. The U-joint is what I think is loose, and you can buy a whole drive shaft with U-joints for 75 bucks off of eBay, so it's worth it just to get the whole thing. On the videos I've looked up, it says you have to remove the passenger side catalytic converter. So I've sprayed some penetrating oil on some of these bolts here. Hopefully that works. I feel like we're going to have to take this bar out for it to be able to come down. Alright, so we're going to take this cross member out. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 14mm bolts. These two might actually be nuts. Next, we're going to take off these 4, which hold the 2 catalytic converters, kind of like a brace. Alright, so now we're going to take these off. These are also 14 millimeter, and hopefully we don't break anything, because it is very, very rusty. Take that one off, I guess. Now this one was stripped and wouldn't come off, so I just took the other ones off, and hopefully it'll get far enough out of the way we can drop this down. Next, we have to take these bolts out that go from the manifold to the catalytic converter, which I don't see that being easy. It's not real easy to get up in there, especially when you're just using ramps. But I'm going to work on that, and I'll bring you back when we get that out, if we get it out. And then it should drop this catalytic converter down where we can get this drive shaft through enough space where we can get it out. Very tight under here. Alright, so I had to unhook the oxygen sensor. I also had to take off these 2 nuts. Slide this apart. And this should come out now. I'm going to end up taking this heat shield off. It was all rusted out. Go. Took a little finesse, but we got it. And the 3 bolts up here, these 2 on this side weren't that bad, but the one on top, you can literally, if you have a long extension, can fish it above that catalytic converter and get to that bolt or that nut. Alright, so I had to jack up the tire a little bit so I could turn the tire and get to each one of these bolts. Get one out, turn the tire, get another one out, turn the tire, get another one out. So now we got all of them out. Somebody's using a leaf blower over there. Hopefully you can hear me. But a lot of people said that you had to drop the transmission mount or transmission brace, and I didn't have to, since I took out the catalytic converter and I just moved the brake lines just a little bit, and it gave me just enough room to drop it down. But I mean barely. Alright, so we got the drive shaft out, and here's the new one. Sorry I had to come to the backyard because everybody's doing yard work today. What it seems like is the U-joint or universal joint here. I mean, when you move this, it feels very jumpy and twitchy. It should be very tight and smooth. This end over here is really, really loose. If we look at the new one, which I can see has a little bit of damage right there. I don't think that'll be too bad. I can hammer that and flatten it back out. But you can see it is very tight and hard to move and very smooth. So we're going to get this put back in. It's pretty much the exact same process of taking it out, just in reverse. So I'll show you guys when I get it all back together, and we'll go on a test drive and see how it did. Alright, well, we got it back together. The catalytic converter is the hardest thing to get out and get back in. It just takes a little finesse, a little wiggling, a little bit of prying, and you can get it back in there if you have to do this. But overall, it wasn't actually too bad. So now let's go on a drive and see if it even fixed what we were trying to fix. Well, the thing that nobody wants to hear is it didn't fix it. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me turn down this air and see if you can hear it get rumbly louder. It's like you can't even hear the engine anymore after you get up to about 45, 50. I guess it could be a wheel bearing, but I did a check on that and it didn't feel like it was the wheel bearing. So it's back to the drawing board, figure out what is making this noise. And there's just the slightest vibration in the pedal. Other than that, you can't really tell it. If you didn't hear it, you wouldn't even know. Even though I didn't fix it, I feel like we still did something good, because those U-joints and that drive shaft were definitely not that good. So kind of need to be fixed anyways. It wasn't the issue we were having, but at least we know that that is fixed and that is good. Anyways, thanks for watching. See what happens next time. See if we can maybe fix something. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I need lots more subscribers. I have none.